Dearest Ditzy, long time no see. What's it been, 5 years? 8? Something like that. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about you lately. I don't know if you keep up with the Manhattan bestsellers in that pansy little town of yours, but my new book just came out a few weeks ago and it's already at the top of the charts. My paycheck was quite a bit more than I expected. Not that I need any more bits in the vault, am I right? But it got me thinking, it's high time I give myself a vacation and traveled around a bit. Like the good old days. I thought, maybe I'll go visit some ponies I haven't seen in a while. And who better to visit first than my own sister? So guess what? I'm coming to Ponyville. That's right, I'm coming to crash the party. If there are any parties in that dump, am I right? Well, I'm sure you'll have something for us to do. Like stare at trees or prank ponies. I bet those small-town Earth ponies are in dire need of some good pranking, huh? Anyway, even if there's nothing to do in Phonyville, I'm not coming for that. I'm coming there to catch up with you, and that'll be worth the trip in itself. Look, sis, I know I'm not fooling any pony. You're probably foaming at the mouth just reading this thing. But don't try and write me and tell me not to come, because I'm already on my way. In fact, by the time you read this, I'll probably be at your front door. Just try and have an open mind, okay? Sorry, open mind might have been poor wording. How about open heart? Just hear me out. I've got a lot on my mind. I miss you, sis. I really do. Your loving sister. Ditzy's back teeth were grinding by the time she crumpled up the paper and threw it at the wall.
No,
she growled.
She can't be serious. She can't be coming here.
She galloped to the front room and peeked out the window, half expecting to see a perky Pegasus poised to knock. To her relief, no such mare had appeared. Yet. If she meant what she wrote, she might show up at any second.
That no-good, hard-hoof-bit-loving, truth-bending Paris Bright!
Ditzy cursed.
I hope for her sake this is all some sort of practical joke.
She was glad Dinky was out of the house. She didn't want her daughter to see her in such a fuming state. Then again, Dinky might be at the door at any minute, too. To calm herself down, Ditzy trotted back into her kitchen and started doing the one thing that always settled her frazzled mind. 25 minutes later, Ditzy used a protective pad to pull a batch of 6 crumbly muffins from the oven with her mouth. She carried the piping tray to the kitchen table and set it down on its wooden surface. Inhaling the pastry's sweet aroma sent shivers down her spine that ruffled her light gray feathers. Dinky hadn't yet returned to share the scrumptious snacks, but Ditzy had forgotten her pre-muffin stresses. She lifted one large treat from its circular spot and nibbled a few crumbs from its crisp exterior. She hummed, savoring the morsel's sweetness.
Oh, Celestia, that's good.
Are you eating it or doing it? Asked a scratchy voice from behind her. Ditzy yelped, tossing the muffin so hard into the air that it exploded on impact with the ceiling. Whoa, that was the most awesome thing I've ever seen a muffin do. The voice ripped at Ditzy's eardrums like a manticore claw. She gritted her teeth, fueled by her layered frustrations with her new company.
You sneak into my house,
she accused, refusing to face her unwelcome visitor.
Scare me half to death, destroy one of my muffins, and still have the gall to emphasize that stupid verb?
The other pony guffawed. Stupid verb? It's probably the most important word in the equestrian language. I don't know what we would do without it. Ditzy took several deep, calming breaths in vain.
Why don't you emphasize don't, too? That's a direct derivative.
Whoa there, sis. Don't go over-expanding your vocabulary on me. Let's remember who the best-selling author is here, shall we?
Let's remember who all your stupid stories are about.
Ditzy screamed, finally whipping around to face her foe. The mustard-yellow mare lifted her front hooves to shoulder height. They're about me, thank you very much, she replied. Ditzy ground one of her hooves against the kitchen tile.
Don't give me that. We both know those adventures had 2 heroines. The sisters do. Isn't that what we used to call ourselves, Daring?
Daring Do shook out her grayscale mane. It's good to see you too, Ditzy. She then held a hoof to her mouth to stifle a laugh. Or should I say, derpy? Her fuchsia eyes shifted between Ditzy's poorly angled pair as she snickered. Ditzy leaned away in shocked confusion.
How did...
She stuttered, only making Daring laugh harder. That's what the stallion at the train depot called you, she explained between giggles. I asked where Ditzy Doo lived, and he said, "Oh, you mean the mailmare Derpy?" Oh. She tumbled to the floor, wiggling her hooves in the air. Ditzy scowled.
I hate that name, she seethed. Don't call me that, please.
Her seriousness rubbed off on Daring. She rose to her hooves with a cough and kept her gaze down. Sorry, sis. I just thought it was funny. I'm not here to poke fun at you, honest. The meek and submissive tone in her voice chipped away the tiniest fraction of the wall around Ditzy's heart.
Then, why are you here? She asked.
Daring sighed through her nose. Well, like I said in my letter, I've been thinking about you a lot. I really miss you, Ditzy. The corners of her mouth twitched upward. I miss the old times, when we lived those stories I write today. Ditzy's furious scowl returned.
You mean those stories your books are very loosely based on? I've read your garbage, Daring. As much of it as I could stand, anyways. You completely cut me out of the picture, and you add things that never happen left and right purely for entertainment value.
Hello, they're books, Ditzy. All they are is entertainment. I didn't set out to write a biography. This is how I make my living. So what if I exaggerate a few things?
Owie Zodel, really?
Ditzy questioned with half-closed eyes. Daring shook her head. Every story needs a villain, Ditz. Besides, he's a great character. He's been ranked in Equestrian Fiction's top 10 villains for 6 years in a row.
And how many times has Ditzy Doo appeared in their top 10 heroes list, Daring?
Now Daring's eyes started to narrow. Technically, 6 as well. You contributed just as much to the series, Daring, as I did, she reminded.
And just what did I contribute, Daring, huh?
Ditzy shouted.
Her name? No, that's yours. Her appearance? Oh, wait a minute, that's yours too. Maybe her personality? Oh, nope.
She wagged her head in exaggerated bewilderment.
I just don't know where I fit in.
Daring's breathing quickened as her stance tensed. You say you read the books? Then you know just as well as me that no pony could do the things she does. All I did was take 2 adventurous mares, squeeze them into one, add some antagonists, and made a fortune. Is that really so wrong?
That's all you did, Daring? That's all you did?
Ditzy accused. She stomped her hoof once before spinning around, trotting toward her kitchen table and defiantly plopping into the farthest seat from her sister. What are you doing? Daring asked, taking a step forward as Ditzy shoved half a muffin into her mouth. She answered past her pastry. Selfish lies? Daring repeated. Ditzy, will you calm down and just listen to me? I came here for a reason. Ditzy spat, swallowing the mouthful.
Leave, Daring. Get out of my house. Don't come back.
Daring stomped her own yellow hoof. Absolutely not, she declared. I am still your big sister, and I demand you show me the tiniest bit of respect while I try and tell you something very important. Ditzy let her face fall flat from the tabletop.
Fine, be quick about it.
Daring cleared her throat. Well, Ditzy, as you probably know, I just finished Daring Do and...
The poison-whispered kiss?
Ditzy finished, making obnoxious kissing noises with her crumb-spotted lips. Snorting once, Daring continued. Yes, that. And, you see, I'm really proud of it. It's a great addition to the series. It has lots of elements that I haven't dealt with before. And my publishers are really excited for the next installment. They want me to finish a first draft by the end of next month. She gulped, her pupils shrinking in panic. But, Ditzy, I don't have anything else to write. I'm fresh out of adventures. Ditzy cocked her head to one side.
What?
She asked too loudly. Daring ignored her rudeness. I'm sure you've noticed that each book is based on one of our adventures, Ditzy. We found a lot of mystic artifacts for Dad when he got sick. Of course, I left that out of the books. The fictional Daring just has a natural thirst for adventure, you know? If I added the wish of a dying father, the readers would just take the whole thing way too seriously. Anyway, we had a good run, you and me. We probably could have lived like that forever. And then, of course, we had that, falling apart, you might call it. Ditzy actually growled. Every good thing has an end, right, Ditz? She blanched. But my publishers disagree. They want another story, but I have nothing to give them. I can't come up with this stuff off the top of my head. I just write down whatever I remember and, add some bad guys. But now, I've caught up. I just published the last of our adventures. I'm stuck, Ditzy. I don't know what to do. She ended abruptly and bit her lip. Ditzy raised an eyebrow.
That's it?
She asked as her eyes shifted. Daring nodded. Yeah. She glanced around the silent room. That's it.
You came to me for writing advice?
Daring groaned and ran her forehooves over her face. Oh, no, Ditzy. I came here to ask you to, She jerked her head towards the door. Ditzy blinked. I want to go on another adventure, Daring finally blurted, flapping into the air and hovering there for a moment. Ditzy stared at her airborne sister for several seconds.
What?
I want you to dig up your old gear, hop on the train with me, and let's go find some rare ancient artifact, she summarized, animating her words with her hooves. Then I'll write about it, and every pony's happy. It's not that difficult. Finally, Ditzy snapped into sensibility.
Not that difficult? Are you crazy? Daring, I've settled down. I have a job here and a daughter.
Daring's own eyes went for a short spin. You have a what? Ditzy donned a proud smile.
You heard me. I'm a mother now. I adopted an orphan unicorn from Canterlot, and I've raised her for the last 7 years.
Oh, great. That's just great, Daring complained, throwing her hooves above her head in defeat. And now I don't have a chance of convincing you to come along.
You never did.
Oh, Mother. Daring dropped to her haunches in a miserable pout. Oh, Mother, to a unicorn. Oh, Celestia. The gray Pegasus finally felt a twinge of pity for her sister.
Oh, Daring,
she sighed, resting her chin on her hooves.
I'm sorry, but you were stupid to think I'd agree to that, whether I was a mother or not.
Offended, Daring shot her an inquisitive look.
Because, Ditzy continued, you seem to be completely ignoring that it's been more than 8 years since I've even heard from you. And I'm not ready to forgive you for what you did to me and our family.
Daring's jaw dropped. What I did to you? She clarified, stunned. Ditzy's focused eye twitched.
Don't you dare play innocent. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
It was an accident! Daring yelled, leaping from her crouch quick enough to startle her sister.
Oh, please!
Ditzy scolded.
It may not have ended the way you expected it, but it certainly wasn't an accident.
And what exactly did I do to our family? Ditzy scoffed at her.
You must be joking. You telling me you don't remember running away from home after Dad died? Right when Mom needed us the most?
A knot formed in Daring's throat.
You telling me you don't remember breaking your promise to him? You knew I couldn't find the rest of the artifacts on my own. Not after what you did to me.
Accidentally?
Accidentally or not, I was no longer fit for the job. You could have finished it yourself, but instead you up and left to pursue your career as a writer, for Pete's sake.
Daring's rosy irises glistened with fiery emotion as her sister continued.
And then you had to go and change the spelling of our last name. Mom nearly died when she saw the title of that first novel. You may as well have spat in her face.
My do is an action word, Daring shouted. Your do is the sound a baby foal makes when it takes a crap in its diaper.
That's it!
Ditzy shrieked, lunging at her sister with a propelling snap of her wings. The table crashed violently to the floor, tossing 4 crumbly muffins into the rage-heated air.